Hello, listeners. It's probably the only time I talk to you directly, only because this is our first time doing this. I am Keya, aka Lapiz Lazuli, and I have a co-host here with me,
And I'm V, and I am Brown Sugar Soul.
and we are Roots, Rituals, and Real Talk. Um, we're here, because we want to be, and we hope that when you come, you want to be here. Um, we're doing this podcast to, basically facilitate a safe spiritual community that reflects the energies and vibrations of growth and healing, and to get into some real shit.
Some real fucking shit.
Yeah. So we should just get started.
Yeah.
We should just start. So first up on our docket, why is your name Brown Sugar Soul?
Oh, cause I didn't even think about this. I did read it. I just feel really connected to spices and sugar and shit and all that.
Okay.
And it was gonna be honey or cinnamon. I really love cinnamon.
I do too.
But it's too fucking long. I should have just used my actual name if I was gonna do some long ass shit. But anyway, I really like how it made me feel. I feel like even with the song by D'Angelo, it just made me feel like a black woman. It made me feel proud to be a black woman.
Yeah.
And then soul, because I really like soul music, and I've been told that I'm an old soul. So I feel that it's just very fitting.
I feel that. And
why are you Lapis Lazuli? With a Z, girl with a Z?
that's how you spell it.
Lapis Lazuli.
Yeah.
That's not how you spell Lapis.
Where you see a Z in it? Oh, my bad. That was an accident.
It's okay.
It's
I
supposed
like
to be
it.
an S.
It gives it some zest.
You right. You right. Well, y'all ain't gonna see it, but that is Lazuli. Really, I think that's one of my favorite crystals ever, and I've had it for a long time. And it's crazy because it just cracked, so I need to buy another one. But I don't know. I feel like I need to work on my throat chakra, and the lapis helps with that. And I feel like I'm very mercurial, so I've learned since studying astrology. So communicating is something that's really important to me. So embodying the energy of a lapis while I'm embarking on this journey with you, I feel like will give me the best energy to embody. So
I feel that.
that's why I'm lapis. But
With
we
a Z.
yeah.
Oh, I like it.
So yeah, that's who we are. What are we? What would you call yourself? I mean, like, we know your name, but like, who are we?
My first initial reaction was she, they, or she, and what is it? She, her?
She, her, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't think that's what you were asking me.
It wasn't, no. But we should be inclusive, so that's good. Your pronouns are she, her. Mine's are she, her, they, them. I don't really care, as long as you don't call me out my name.
Yeah, I feel that.
But what I mean is, so we're doing this podcast obviously because we want to talk about these different topics. We want to talk about occult things and what brings us to our daily practices. But what do you do for work? What do you do for fun? Like, who are you outside of this podcast?
So I am, outside of this podcast, I am a mom. I have too many kids, y'all. I have twins, and I call them Feeling Lil. It's a boy and a girl, set of twins, and then I got a man, and I'm a stay-at-home mom who has a business with making jewelry. I make handmade crystal jewelry with copper mostly, but I'm open to different ideas. I do custom orders. I go to events, like vending events.
And what's the name of that business?
It's called Evolving the Century. We're working on the LLC part.
Yes.
Getting it together. Yeah. Outside, I do what I do for fun. I like to do witchy shit. I do my daily tarot cards and my oracle cards. I do journaling. I'm a yogi. I do, I've been doing yoga for like years. Yeah. Even though it's YouTube yoga,
it still counts.
It counts because I'm getting good at that shit.
Yeah.
You gotta use a lot of core working, girl. Look. When I tell you I got 2 20-pound humans.
My dog is only 10 pounds.
Hell.
That's crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I do. I'm a mom. I hang out with my friends and we smoke weed. What they gonna do?
You right. We grown.
We grown as fuck.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So what about you?
Well, I mean, I have a day job. Yeah. It's a good job. I like it. I got, insurance and stuff. But I'm basically a curator. That's where I take my pride in. I work in an art gallery on campus here. So I work in an office during the day, and then in the evening I love to study my astrology and do witchy things too. Most people don't know this about me, but I think it's because we live in a Bible Belt. So if you're not going to church, you just kind of do your stuff at home. But I do have an altar, and I'm going to get some tarot cards here soon. But if I've ever met you, I've probably asked you when's your birthday so I can figure out what your sign is. So, yeah. But I've decided that I'm going to be an artist. I mean, I have been for a while. I've painted for a while. Shout out to my friend Jazz because she's the first person I painted with. But I'm going to make it and let the people in the world see it. So it's not just in my house. So
on me. Because it's really good.
Yeah.
Like, she wilding, y'all. She's wilding.
Look, it takes a lot to get
you did all of that
places.
too?
Not all of that. No, I did the Africa in the corner. I did that top piece, those 4 drippy pieces, the butterflies, but
all of them.
That one with the Mickey Mouses from ILS. So yes, and I did do those letters, and I did the smoking thing over there too. So
and that's a lot. It doesn't sound like a lot to you. It sounds like all of them.
But it is a lot over there. So I'm trying to figure all that out. But I have a man too. He's an artist. Yeah, he's a good man.
What's your baby?
Oh, and I got a dog. Her name is Nefertiti. You may hear her barking every once in a while, but yeah, that's my baby. My mama won't claim her, but that's the only one she got for right now, so she needs to go ahead and get in line because I ain't got time. But really, I'm gonna call myself a young Issa Rae because I want to be a cultural curator.
Yeah. Because
that's really what I love to do, make events for Black people where we can enjoy culture and excellence and things like that. So I'm going to step back into that here soon, but yeah, we got some professional shit to do every once in a while, so,
We're gonna be making money without working corporate jobs.
Yeah.
And if you have the determination and the willpower, then it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So if you've been thinking about this, doing some shit like that for yourself, then this is your sign. Get your ass up and do what you gotta do. Yeah. It's hard, but you're an adult.
Yeah.
It'll be okay.
So our first episode is really just kind of an introduction about who we are. So if you hadn't figured out, we are from Arkansas, or we're in Arkansas, and we're in a Bible Belt. So, I mean, I think our first occult experiences probably were related to church some way, or at least were a result of some experience from church. So, what was your first, occult experience?
It's so much.
Or do you want me to think about it? I can go first.
No, I can. Okay. I'm just. It's a lot. Like when I'm thinking about it, it's just. I come a long fucking way.
Yeah.
So, my biggest realization was whenever I worked at a phone company. I worked for Sprint. I don't even think I think Sprint went out of business. Mm-hmm. So I used to work at Sprint. I used to love customer service. People would come into the store. I would give them phones and shit like that. Building relationships with people. We sat in front of each other for about an hour to 2 or 3 hours, just depending on what was going on.
Yeah.
And so like having those deep conversations with people, because I'm a deep person, I rarely have very light conversations most of the time. Mm-hmm. And so having those conversations, I was like 23 and I'm talking to some old ass people. A lot of energy, a lot of trauma, random shit just comes up in conversation. So, you're catching whenever you're talking to people, whenever you're around people outside of your house, away from yourself, you're gonna be in a pool of other people's energy. Mm-hmm. And the best way to keep yourself in check of that type of energy, or just to be in check of your own energy, is energy protection. And so with that, I got into meditation real heavy. and crystal healing. And the first time that I meditated, I kept getting like these words, these messages in my head, like that would take me on Google searches to actual things.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Like a word I never heard before, or like the first thing that I can remember vividly was me putting in metaphysical shop and not knowing what the fuck a metaphysical was.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's a big word.
That's a very big word. For me to Google a word or something that I've never even... I didn't know what the fuck that shit was.
Yeah.
And I actually went to that store, and the lady that was there, she was so helpful, and I still go there now to this day. A crystal shop, and it was just so many crystals. And once I was kind of like, she just kind of let me walk around. She was like, if you need me, let me know. But she was saying that it felt like I could understand what she was saying without her saying it. Like spirit, like little things like that was helping me to learn energy, like energy protection, or not protection, but how to read it, and to understand my own energy. By if I understand what I'm going through in my energy, then I'll be open and more receptive to other people's energy. Yeah. But energy protection was my biggest thing with working in people, like working where there's a lot of energy, a lot of people. But yeah, that's it's a lot.
No, that's good though. Really, it's life experiences that push us on our journey. So it's like real life situations require spiritual solutions sometimes.
Definitely. How about you?
Man, honestly, I feel like before I knew what spirituality was, I think I was inclined to it before, because I've always been interested in astrology. Yeah. But I remember being in the 3rd grade, and this is when I first moved to Forest City, and we went to the Pink Palace in Memphis for a field trip, and it had already been a traumatizing day because we watched a video about Hurricane Katrina and how it affected New Orleans, and I remember the lady was like, if this gets to be overwhelming, we can leave. And I remember getting up needing to leave because I was like, I don't want to see people on their roofs and shit. So it was already a traumatic day, but I remember my mom gave me $20, and I was like, if I don't buy no food, I'm gonna get something at the gift shop. And we went before everybody else came because we had left out. So I remember seeing this crystal, and it was amethyst. And they had said, like, oh, these can grow, like, here or wherever you can mine these and stuff. And I was like, I want this crystal. Yeah. And I had just enough for it, and I've kept that same crystal up until my big age of 27. And I'm just like, I've always felt the calmingness that comes with an amethyst, the energy. And I didn't know exactly what that was at the time. But I've literally, when we moved back to Mississippi, when we came back, like, I've always kept up with this one crystal. And I'm just like, man, that really just helped me establish like a connection to it early. And then when I really stepped into it was really during the pandemic, because we couldn't go and do nothing else. And I don't know, I feel like if you just kind of stepped into it during that time. Like some people,
it's a lot of solitude going on. Yeah. And that's a lot of learning your energy. Yes. And if you didn't know who you were before the pandemic, then you damn sure knew who you were
by the time you finished. Exactly. Like, I don't know about you, but I drank so much during the pandemic, so it was like there was a time where I needed to shift something because it just was not, like, drinking was not doing anything but making me sad.
Yeah, I was at my parents' house. Yeah. I had moved back to my parents' house during that time, and I had to figure out, like, somewhere to put. I've always known I have to move my energy. I have to move my body in order to move the extra energy. Yeah. I'm a Aries moon, and so that's heavy on me because it's in my 3rd house, and in my 3rd house is communication. It's my siblings, it's the neighborhood, it's all of that shit. So it's just a whole bunch of shit going on. Me learning how to use my voice in the way that I was then. Girl, it depend. Like I was getting to a point where I was figuring out a system of how things should work, and as soon as I moved out, that shit went out the door because it's something different about being at your parents' house during a pandemic, and going back on your own and having to go back and try to find a job, because it was really hard to do that anyway. But learning your own energy, and that to know that I know that I need a system in order for me to move.
Yeah.
Was all I really needed to know, because now I can do that whenever I fall off and shit. But yeah, girl, church. Did we talk about church? What was your experience at church that kind of made you feel that way?
Oh my goodness. So like, me and my folks didn't go to church regularly until we came to Arkansas. And I'm like, I thought the Bible Belt extended itself to Mississippi, but I guess we just didn't find a church. And
there's probably too many churches there.
Honestly, it was, because it was one down the street. We could hear them, and then there was one across the street from my grandma's house. Like, we lived next door, so like there were two churches that you could hear on Sundays. So really, you just got to sit on your porch and you could hear them. But
that's crazy.
I don't know. I feel like for me, when we came to church, they put us in the choir. We praise dance. We did all of these things that I couldn't do before.
Did you go to usher convention, like the junior usher convention?
When they said you gotta pay to be an usher, I said no, I'm not paying.
You have to pay what?
At our church, you had to pay like a usher board fee. Like it was like $10 a month, like $5 a month
for the uniforms
and the gloves.
Girl, you can get some gloves at the hair store.
Girl, and then they had to meet on Saturdays for like usher board meeting. I was like, I already was in the choir. I was on the praise team, and if we did a play, I had to do that shit too. So I'm like, I'm not doing none of this.
Y'all made us hate being there. Like it was like going to another school.
Yeah.
Except with adults too.
Bro, and I remember we have like practice after school, and they would be mad at us because we didn't want to be there. And I'm like, we done been at school all day. Now y'all got us doing all this extra stuff for y'all, and y'all mad because we tired and ready to go home. It was crazy, but I just remember seeing people shout, and I mean, my grandma was a Kojic woman, so I've seen them shout before, but I don't know. There's something about church. I don't know. I think it was just the whole experience in itself. It was like
a chore.
Much.
It felt like a chore.
Yeah,
your family made you feel like it was
a requirement.
You can't do anything. That was one of the reasons why I moved out of my house the first time. My parents' house.
Yeah. Once I hit 18, she told me I told her, I was like, I'm not doing this no more. But she was like, okay, well, you have to sing choir. And I'm like, I remember the first time I had to sing, I had stage fright and didn't sing a word. I was just blank faced.
Like,
Shame.
I feel it. And it's just, I didn't feel nothing. I didn't give a fuck how they felt about me. Honestly, you know my mom, my dad. Go tell them if you feel.
And my sister was a preacher. She ain't no more. Yeah.
Why?
She didn't. Well, she moved out of the state. Honestly, like Fort City is so small. Everybody that went to church was also like a teacher or the lawyer or somebody in, like, you knew everybody in the town. So I don't know why she was a preacher, but she was at some point, and she was like over our youth group. So
I was gonna ask you a question, but I'm not gonna ask that right now.
Yeah, ask me later. But she was like our youth director and everything. So like, but then also like the whole purity ring thing, like they did that to the girls.
That's really wild to me. A purity ring was always weird to me because
I still have it. Ain't that crazy?
It's like, why? Are you, like, was it like you marry God or something?
Girl, they gave us a contract. Like, I remember we went on like a retreat at like Village Creek or whatever, and so we had like fun stuff to do, and then we had like break off sessions. So we did the whole STD thing and shit because our first lady was like a nurse practitioner, technically a doctor.
Yeah.
She brought the pictures of the testicles and everything with the diseases, and then they was like, in the Bible, if you wait, you can avoid all of this. So here's a contract that you can make to God, and it's just like, I will wait. I am worthy of waiting. Da-da-da-da. Sign it. Now, here's the thing. I wanted a ring.
I feel that. You know what? That sounds like some shit I would have wanted to do, too. Just for the...
I was like... Because it had one that said... It was like... The ring was made out of letters. It wasn't just like a band. It was like, I love... Or, I'm worth the wait. Or... I don't know, it was just cute. And I was like, I want the ring with the letters that go around it. Them bitches didn't even have my size when I made the contract. When I signed the shit, she was like, okay, well, I'm going to get you your size and I'll bring it to you to church. She did not bring me the ring I told her I wanted. It was just like a regular band. I'll show it to you, but it's like, it just said worth the wait on the inside.
Wow.
I gave it to him when he took my virginity. That's too much information for y'all. But oh well, we talking about some real shit. But yeah, it's in my jewelry box now. But I'm like... why did y'all have me sign that damn contract? My mama wasn't there to help me decide. She just sent us to church.
See, that's crazy because they would let us do whatever the people at church decided they want us to do. They would just let us do it. But when we asked to go to our friend's house, no, I don't know them. They can't. If it's not a church friend, you can't go,
bro. Like literally, like my grandma. Like I said, she Kojic. My best friend growing up, her dad went to her church. That was the only reason she could come to our house after school. The only reason she could sleep over, or I could go to her house. I was like, y'all didn't even know the people for real. And I just think if you in church, you two-faced in some degree. Because why are you in the pulpit yelling at folks? Telling us we going to hell and everybody in here poor.
I remember when I was in the first grade. Yeah. We probably wouldn't even. I don't even know what grade we were in. But I remember I went to what is it called? St. Mark. Yeah. When I was younger, and girl, vivid as fuck. I'm not lying. I swear I'm not lying. We was they were trying to baptize us, and we were young as hell. And I remember the teacher in there was reading us something. She said something about if you don't get baptized, you're gonna die. You're gonna go to hell. And everybody was in there crying and screaming. I swear to God, we were running around in there. Like I don't think I'm making that up, bruh. Because we was running around in there, and they made all of us said we want to get baptized, and that was first grade. Did they ask y'all why? And then but like, it was do you know why you're being baptized? It was some stupid shit like because Jesus is Lord. And then they always some stupid shit. Why did Jesus die for your sins? I don't know, but I'm gonna get baptized. Bruh, they'll take any answer as long as you say Jesus rose. As long as you know he got up, man. They don't give a fuck. Sometime in April. Like some shit like that. Bruh. And I just remember it being so traumatic. And church, literally, I don't think anybody has grown up without some type of traumatizing experience in church. And I actually have a friend, I feel bad for her, but we had a bad-ish falling out, I guess, or I kind of just ghosted her because she was being weird, and I didn't necessarily know how to, in her mental state, I didn't know how to be like, I can't do this. Yeah. Because it's one thing to, like, show up for people that you love and, like, be able to handle some of their stuff. But I had so much shit going on in my own shit. Yeah. I had to separate myself from her. And I gave her a few tarot readings and oracle card readings and shit. Now she a fucking Christian. She gonna thank you today, and I swear that she probably out there telling people that it's my fault, that whatever happened to her. But she probably not even gonna hear this, but it doesn't matter. Like, if she do it so that she can make a TikTok and say, I'm trying to get y'all to come to Christ. Like, don't be out here doing all the shit that you want to do and popping a plan B, 3 times a fucking month. Something had to happen. I don't know. You know what? But it doesn't matter. My thing is that, like, that's a really good thing about energy protection is knowing when to let people go, even if you don't know how to release them. Ghosting, I don't ghost people anymore. I like to have conversation, even if I block you first before I say it. I just like to tell you why I'm not finna fuck with you anymore. I can respect that. And I can respect that wholeheartedly. I changed my number. Because I blocked somebody. But I sent them a message before I blocked them. And then when I unblocked them, I needed a conversation. I don't want it. Yeah. You had your chance. The friend that I had before I had the kids, my best friend, 10 years. She was just doing stupid shit. Yeah. And it was to the point where I had to be like, there's a lot of things that led up to this. There's a lot of reasons why I shouldn't have took you back as a friend. There's a lot of I was lonely probably didn't. I didn't want to be alone. And you were the only person that knew me like I thought you did. And whenever you repeatedly showed me that you were a creature of habit, as everyone is, but your habit happens to be some shit you can't do in my presence, then I had to let you go. I have to let you go. Like, I can't keep, and I'm having kids. I can't have that in my life and you doing dumb shit as an adult.
Yeah.
So you have to let these people know why you. I'm gonna have to let you go. I love that, you know, we had this time for each other. And we had this time together. Yeah.
I'm a Cancer moon, so that hurts my feelings all the time too. I can't do it. But
fuck that shit. I used to let it hurt me. I really did. I used to be like, I was in a relationship with somebody for 6 years. Yeah. And I knew at year 2 that I probably should have stopped. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I felt like it was some legal shit that happened with that person, and I felt like it was my problem. I felt obligated to take more energy into this person because I feel like I was part of the reason why that happened to them. But it wasn't me. Yeah. Because I had no idea that it happened until he got. But at that age or whatever was going through my mind, I didn't have the common sense to be like, we need to take a break and not get back together ever again. But
that's about listening, they say.
But now, I have to send you that text message before I ghost you. You can't say I ghosted you if I said something back. If I told you something.
That's true.
You can just say, well, she just stopped talking to me.
After this. So church. Traumatized.
I don't even know what else.
We were talking just about some of our experiences in church. Shit. I will say, I remember this one time my mama got up there at the altar call. And I just remember they was asking people, and this was like right before school, and they was asking us like, okay, what prayer you need us to pray? And she was just like, I need a new car, or I just need my car to be able to take me and my babies to school. And I just remember they sat there and prayed for her. But, like, they didn't help her get a car. And I think she said one lady at church was like, if you ever stuck anywhere, call me and I'll come get you. Not, you know, I mean, I guess that's great. That's great. However, there's been too many times where people have been known to put their last in the offering bucket, knowing that's their last, and then having to stretch it until next week. But then we got pastor's anniversary, and we giving them hundreds of dollars and stuff.
Girl,
and you know your people in church need assistance, and this is what y'all want to
continuously upgrade. I think that's where we were at. I was always in church like, why are we? That's not even making no sense. Like we keep coming to church on different days of different years, and you still preaching the same shit.
Okay, so it's not just my pastor.
I thought I was going crazy.
No, and he had the nerve to print the shit out. So I had copies. Like, I had different ones.
That's wild. You had copies of it.
Yes, I'm like, this ain't 2011.
Like, don't y'all supposed to be creative or something?
No, it's preaching the same shit.
What is, you know, what do y'all got to study for? What do you have a room, an office for if y'all just going to keep doing the same shit?
Signing the checks, I guess, but like, I remember they paid me $15 to help do the audio visual for service. $15.
They had so much more money.
Baby, they couldn't even give me a dub. $15. And when I go to the bank, they got to give me a 10 and a 5. They can't even give me one whole bill. Ridiculous. But, you know, and I remember the lady was like, well, if you're doing this for the Lord, you shouldn't need to get paid. I was like, what?
So that's so crazy. So
what? Are you not getting paid for this, ma'am? Okay, then.
I felt that was another tipping point for me because there was a guy that I was dating at church.
Amen.
And his dad was the assistant pastor. And I remember him leaving. I don't know specifically why he left. I don't know for a fact. But I got word. I don't know who the source was, but I'm pretty sure I always got my information from them. They told me it was about money. And I was like, so, well, if it's for God, then why do you need... I thought that, like, why do you need money? Not thinking, oh, well, bitch, you sitting in a church with air conditioning. So somebody got to pay the bills because they ain't really making no money.
And they not paying taxes. But if they get audited, though, they have to, like, give, like, paperwork and stuff.
Yeah. And like that was part of like a realization of me kind of like being, I don't know if I want to do this. And then I had a friend when I was still going to I went to St. Mark a couple times as an older adult.
Yeah.
And I used to just be like, oh, they asking for his money. They got all these big screens in here.
Bruh.
Nigga, it's hella homeless people around here. And I can't, I'm not gonna lie that I didn't see you shoot a homeless person from here.
See?
You know what I'm saying? So, like, what is it really that y'all are after? Because having the biggest, best black church is not really, you don't really get an award for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lexus, Benz, all of that shit. Like, if you're driving that, you really don't need to be in Arkansas. I really don't know why you're wasting your time trying to build a church. Build a community at a church where everybody lying. Everybody lying.
They're like celebrities, like church people.
Really?
They're like regular people celebrities because they will lie quick. And as long as they got an institution to, like, back their shit, they don't care. But, yeah, I go to the Church of Me on Sundays.
You say you go where?
To the Church of Me.
Oh, yeah.
I'll clean up my house.
Yeah.
Make sure I cook me a good meal. Reset for the week. Clean my altar.
And,
yeah, so.
Like, I feel that, it's a lot. Church is a lot. My mom is super duper. She's, you know, my dad's a deacon, and my mom, whatever.
Nick's dad was a deacon too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I was like, oh.
Yeah, my dad's a deacon, and he just be so tired from his regular job that he's trying to retire from.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday, he be going
to church.
He be going to church.
Man.
Sunday, he be going to church, and then got to go to work on. Like, you don't get a break from that. Like, that's why I say that's what energy protection is for everything. Yeah. Literally, like, I don't know where I would be without it. Yeah. Even when I don't use it sometimes, I still don't know.
Yeah. And I feel like church is the main place where people get exploited.
Yeah. And they don't know that the energy that they're receiving is the energy that they're putting out.
Exactly.
They thinking everything is coming from this big external source of energy, which technically is what you allow yourself to be into. Like, you kind of can be like, I don't think that this is right for me, so I don't think I'm gonna immerse my energy in that. Yeah. Like, you giving your energy, your time and energy to places and people and things that is a waste of your energy, because you're not actually doing it because you want to. You're doing it because you feel obligated to do it. Yeah. And I think that's why the world is the way it is now. Yeah. Because we keep doing shit because we feel obligated to, instead of being honest with ourselves and other people. Like, the fucking truth definitely sets you the fuck free. Yeah. Like, I have a lot of Sagittarius, and freedom is a real probably why I'm so masculine sometimes. Mm-hmm. Because I have to have freedom. Like, I don't mind other people having freedom. Yeah. Like, with my man, I don't mind him being, you know what I'm saying, having his masculine be masculine, but I gotta be able to have some wiggle room. I gotta be able to be the one that knows that I can be masculine and feminine. If you're not gonna figure it out, you know. Yeah. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know how I got there.
It's okay. We go down a rabbit hole with these conversations, and that's what the space is for.
We talked about church, money at church.
We went through all of these except the last one. At what age? Well, one, what is your sign? You don't have to give your big three unless you want to, but what's your sign? And at what age did you realize what sign you were?
So, I am a Capricorn sun, and I'm an Aquarius rising. And I have obviously, I think I already said, I have an Aries moon. And what age did I realize it was probably around high school, I think. I want to say it was kind of going into high school, kind of like in the middle of high school, getting deeper into it. Like, just going on not Chat GPT. What the fuck is it called? Cafe Astrology. Yeah. Which was like Chat GPT back in the day. because that's the only real astrology thing we could read, because it just kind of like gave you all this explanation of yourself and how you know that you were deeply immersed in it was that you were like, okay, well, this is not who I want to be. I don't want to do that when I get older. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be that person. Some of the information that you're reading. And then you kind of just be like, well, then I know in my mind that I'm going to try to do this instead of do that. That's self-realization. And you don't even know it in high school.
Yeah.
But, yeah. High school was definitely where I started getting into astrology.
Yeah.
Psychology, honestly, and all types of shit like that. Yeah. And then once I got into college, you know, I just got a little bit deeper in it. And then when I moved back with my parents, my grandma had passed away, and I really got deep into it. I had too much time at that time because I kind of just didn't work for about a half a year, and I just sat in the house and I studied astrology.
Same.
Like, that's all I could do.
Same. Like, I bought some books and everything, and it was actually, it's funny. I thought I was an Aquarius my whole life, because my dad and my grandma were both Aquarius. It's like his mom, so my birthday's on the cusp. I know you can't be a cusp, but I'm a Pisces sun at 0 degrees, and I didn't know what time I was born, so I had someone do a what's it called? It's like a time rectification. Yes, somebody on Twitter, she did like time rectifications, and so she asked me like a bunch of questions, and then she figured out my time. And then I asked my mom because she had a C-section, and she was like, I remember them coming in at like 11:30, and by like 12:15 they were done. So that was my window of time, and she guessed right. So I'm a Pisces sun at 0 degrees, a Cancer moon, and then a Gemini rising.
0 degrees is tough. Yeah. I mean, it's new. It's like...
And I have an Aquarius stellium.
Yeah.
So, no, I mean, the energy's definitely there, but that 0 degrees is...
Yeah, my dad is a Sagittarius. He is a super Sagittarius. That man has Sagittarius, sun, moon, rising, and it might be another planet. I gotta look. Yeah. But that man is super Sagittarius. Ooh-wee. And I have Sagittarius, and I have Venus and Jupiter in Sagittarius, and that shit's crazy because I can feel it. I have one of my another best friend cousin. She lives in Portland, and she's also on my dad's side. She's also a Venus in Sagittarius. She also has a Venus in Sagittarius. And so I kind of like our experiences when we had our freedom days, free days, very similar. Yeah. And so it's just really interesting to see how other people's astrology is similar when you have similar signage and shit.
That's true. And ever since I realized that, like, I have a chart for literally everybody I know. Every single person. If I know your birthday, I'm gonna ask you what time were you born, and if not, to ask your mama.
I might not go that far into it. I might not need to know if you don't know.
That's true.
Like I said, it's all about for me. It's about exerting energy. If you gotta do extra shit, then don't worry about it. I don't need to know. If you know it, then I know.
If you know it,
I'm supposed to know.
Yeah. Some people don't, like, some people's parents don't know it. Some people just gotta go look at their birth certificate.
Birth certificate, for sure.
You know,
some people don't have it on their birth certificate.
Mine did not have it on there.
Really? Oh, that's why you had to do that.
Punk ass Mississippi.
That's crazy. They was lazy.
They were. I'm like, bro.
I made sure that as soon as feeling Lil was out the womb.
Yeah, I know that's right. Have somebody write that time down.
I was like, what time?
Did you have your watch on?
I think so. I don't know, girl. I was so high for whatever they gave me for that. That damn like C-section. It was not. I mean, it was kind of, sort of. It was emotions everywhere, girl. Yeah. It was a lot.
I'm sure.
Just regret it, though. I did. I'm done.
Ooh.
Nobody else. No. The crystal of the day. Really, we're just gonna call it the crystal of the week. So it is blue lace agate. I've heard it as agate and agate. This is my favorite crystal.
Okay.
Because it not only does it help you to communicate softer, to be more clear in your communication, it helps to remind you to slow down when you're talking. Because I'm a fast talker.
Same.
Sometimes. I got one. It's in here.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was closer up. I got a brown one today. But yeah.
That's beautiful.
These are, y'all, inflation is real. These are getting more expensive by the day.
Oh, yeah, I believe it.
But anyway, it doesn't matter. If you want one, I got you. I know where to get them from. And I'm gonna just read the little card or the little info that goes with it when I find it. But yeah, blue lace agate is a really emotional. It's not an emotional. So when it comes to crystals, look at the chakras. Just look at the fucking chakras.
Honestly.
And that's pretty much what it does, but then you kind of read the properties that you need to know about. And because that shit, if you sit there and try to understand every single part of a crystal description, then you're going to be lost in the sauce. But anyway, so blue agate. Find your calm. Just relax. The world is filled with stress and frantic activity. It can be hard to find calm in the storm, but when all else fails, just breathe. Stay aware of the signs of rising stress or anxiety that are unique to you, so you can nip them in the bud. When you're feeling overwhelmed, take a break and a breath. Do whatever your mind and body need in order for you to restore a sense of calm. Breath work and meditation can bring you back to your natural state of well-being. There's a power in stillness and quiet. Tap into that. Don't forget to breathe. I swear I can. When are you most relaxed? Oh my gosh. I don't have any excuses, you guys. How can you de-escalate feelings of stress or anxiety? What brings you back to calmness? And so I feel that that's a good thing. Those are good questions because shoot, I'm pretty sure, I think that was Saturn went retrograde today or yesterday? Today. And then it's a lot of limitations we put on ourselves. So like when I just said excuses, I'm working on it because I feel like I do be doing that sometimes. Yeah. And that's only because I feel overwhelmed. And when I'm overwhelmed, then I'm like, well, there's this and there's that, there's this and this going on. Like, well, how can you get mad at me and I'm trying to figure shit out? But, you know, if there's a will, there's a way. And being calm while you're trying to figure out your next step is definitely going to help you obtain. Even when somebody says some smart ass shit while you're trying to figure shit out, it'll help you be like, okay, they just saying that because they're irritated with me for not being as fast as they are about this decision or about the task at hand or whatever. That could be at work, that could be at home, that could be at the grocery store. Because bitches be tripping. I be tripping sometime at the grocery store. Yeah. Like, why the fuck you got your basket in the way? Just very stupid shit. Yeah. And so the affirmation for this card is I show up for life calm and present.
Oh, you got it.
I did. I got it.
You show up for this.
I show up for life calm. I show up for life calm and present. It doesn't need that comma though. Today when you're feeling stress coming on, clench up your fist in a ball and hit somebody.
Is that for real?
It says clench up your fist in a ball and inhale deeply and then release both your breath and your fist, and repeat this 3 times. I show up for life, calm and present. I show up for life, calm and present. I show up for life, calm and present. And there we go. Okay.
We're just gonna close with the win of the week. I did say earlier that I'm starting to become an artist, so this week
I've been an artist,
but I'm gonna try to monetize that. I'm gonna let abundance flow to me through my art. Ashe. Well, this week I was able to organize my art to be hung at my loctician's shop, and it will be for sale. So if I do sell it, it'll be there so you can see it. Classy Locks and Styles. And that's just a big step for me because I've only displayed my work in public a handful of times. So to have somewhere that it can actually stay.
Wild.
I know.
Sorry to interrupt you, but that is so wild to me. Like, how are you an art curator and you have art and I'm telling you that the picture that I'm looking at right now, the one that's gonna be at her loctician's place, is so good. Like, bitch,
But I just did that though.
It doesn't matter. What happened to the other one?
It's in the bedroom.
Okay.
I was gonna bring it out once I took that one down. I didn't want to have it on the floor.
That's really nice. I want to take a picture. What? We need to take more pictures. How we go out, we need to have a requirement to take so many pictures.
Yes, and pictures when we're not drunk. Because I'm looking at the pictures we took when we did go out.
I don't want to see it. I don't think it's.
I think there was at least one cute one.
Was it a cute one?
I want to say
we both our vision was impaired.
Literally.
Oh,
but I feel like it was probably cute still.
I hope so. There's no telling what my face looked like.
Honestly, this first one I looked at, I'm like, it may not be the best one, but
see,
it's okay.
But delete all that shit.
But yeah, I'm just gonna close this one out. That was our first episode of Roots, Rituals, and Real Talk. We will post our social media on the bottom. Hashtag Roots Rituals Real Talk, at Roots Rituals Real Talk on Instagram and Twitter. Socials coming soon. Individually, you can find us at Brown Sugar Soul on Instagram.
With the O as a 0, not an O.
Yes, the soul has a 0, not an O. And you can find me at I am Lapiz Lazuli with 2 underscores in between Lapiz and after Lapiz, after Lazuli. All lowercase. Yeah, thank you.
All right, bye y'all.
Bye.